Hello and a very warm welcome to you all. Today we're going to dive into a really powerful metaphor from the Qur'an. It's this simple, elegant image of two trees that reveals such a profound lesson about the difference between truth and falsehood. And trust me, it's a lesson that has resonated for centuries.
But before we get into the details, let's start with a question that really frames our entire discussion today. What actually makes an idea strong enough to last? Why is it that some beliefs create stability and bear fruit for generations while others just seem to wither away and disappear? This ancient text offers a fascinating perspective, so let's get right into it.
So, to really get a handle on this parable of the two trees, the text first asks us to take a step back, like way back, to a cosmic scale. This backdrop of universal power is absolutely crucial for grasping the true meaning of the parable that's about to come.
And right away, the passage hits us with this really powerful, sobering reminder. It's asking us to just look around, to consider the sheer vastness of creation, the heavens, the earth, and to realize that the power that brought all of this into being can just as easily bring forth something entirely new. It immediately grounds the conversation in an ultimate creative authority.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's all about divine sovereignty. Really, it's a call to humility. It's a reminder that any sense of our own permanence, our own power, is kind of an illusion when you look at it from a cosmic perspective. And that's the mindset the text wants us to have as we start thinking about the moral choices ahead.
Okay, so when you're faced with this idea of absolute authority, this idea of being held accountable, how do people usually react? Well, the text totally anticipates this and moves directly to the most common human response, which is, you guessed it, mockery and denial. And yep, here it is, the classic comeback. It's a question that pops up again and again throughout the Qur'an. It's the timeless scoff of the person in denial. Instead of actually grappling with the moral weight of the message, they just deflect, right? They ask, so when is this promise? It's a slick move, a way to sidestep the whole moral issue by arguing about the deadline.
But the answer it gets is just as direct. No beating around the bush. The timetable isn't for us to know, but the event itself is certain. And that event has a name, the Day of Gathering. And listen, this isn't some fuzzy, abstract idea. The text defines it with incredible precision. It's a day of ultimate accountability, where a perfect moral economy is at play. Every single action is accounted for, and justice is delivered flawlessly, without any error or any bias. So with that foundation set, this ground of perfect, unavoidable justice, now we're ready for our two trees. And this is where the text does something truly beautiful. It shifts from these huge cosmic warnings to something so simple, so elegant that you just can't forget it. This is where those abstract ideas of truth and falsehood are given a physical form that all of us can instantly understand. So what we get is this central showdown, the good word versus the bad word. Each one is compared to a type of tree, and believe me, the characteristics of that tree tell us everything we need to know about the nature of the idea it represents. So a good word, the text tells us, is like a good tree, and the details here, they're just amazing. First, it has stability. Its root is firmly fixed in the ground. Second, it has vitality. Its branches are reaching high up into the sky, growing and thriving. And third, it has fruitfulness. It's constantly producing, always providing benefit to others. You see how this works? This tree is just a brilliant picture of what the source calls true guidance or sincere faith. It shows us that a true idea isn't just some static fact sitting in a book. It's a living, breathing thing. It's stable, it grows, and it provides continuous benefit to the world around. All right, so that's the good tree. Now let's flip the coin and look at its opposite, which is presented as this really stark, powerful mirror image. If truth is this strong, fruit-bearing tree, what in the world does falsehood look like?
Well, a bad word is compared to a bad tree. And what's its number one quality? It has absolutely no foundation. None. The text describes it as being uprooted from the surface of the earth, with no stability whatsoever. Think about that. It's shallow, it's weak, and it's easily knocked over by the slightest wind of temptation or even just a little bit of critical thinking. It has no roots, so it has no life and offers zero benefit.
And it doesn't stop there. The text also tells us about the source and the result of this rootless idea. It doesn't just spring up from nowhere, it's instigated by deception. And its consequences aren't neutral, not at all. The source says it leads directly to confusion, fear, and even more instability, for the individual and for society as a whole.
So, you gotta ask, why this specific metaphor? Why trees?
What makes this image so powerful that it's stuck around for centuries? Let's break it down and see how it all comes together.
When you put it all together like this, the core lesson is just crystal clear. On one hand, you have truth and sincere faith, which are like that good tree, deeply rooted, leading to stability and lasting benefit. On the other hand, you have falsehood and denial, which are just like that bad tree, uprooted, fragile, leading only to instability and decay. The sheer power of the metaphor is in this simple connection, turning these huge abstract concepts into a natural reality we can all instantly grasp.
And in the end, the text itself tells us exactly why it teaches this way. Allah presents examples for the people, that perhaps they will be reminded. You see, parables aren't just clever stories, they're tools for remembrance, designed to lodge a deep and profound truth in our minds. And that really leaves us with a powerful question to reflect on, doesn't it? What kind of trees are we planting with our own words, with our beliefs, with our actions? Are they rooted in something firm and true, or are they just sitting on the surface, waiting for the first strong wind to blow them away?